What's happening, Crypto Farm? Happy Friday. Good morning and welcome back to Love for Crypto. I'm Scott. It's a pleasure to have you here. I appreciate you taking the time out to consume the content, so thank you. I understand I released two videos yesterday. One said happy Thursday, one said happy Friday. I understand it wasn't Friday. That was supposed to go public last week, but it just didn't. For some reason, when I clicked public and that, it didn't save, so it was unlisted for a week. So I got it a week late, sadly. But it was interesting, NFTs and the Ferrari that sold for £100,000. It was quite unbelievable how far along they're coming so quick. This morning, we're going to talk about the Super Bowl being cashless from here on out, from the future. In Tampa Bay, Florida, right? Am I right? Florida, Tampa Bay, the next one. And then LA after that, all going to be cashless now. So the NFL and Visa will host a cashless Super Bowl in Tampa Bay. And get this, with reverse ATMs. What? What did we say when we said they're going to start sucking the cash in the end? Now, granted, you can have a digital fiat when you do this, and it's going to be still going to be a fiat money, but it'll be digital. It'll be over partially traceable and trackable, as you're all saying. Or a lot of yous can trace your spending, but you don't know what they spend on it. Let me just read it. Jesus Christ. For the first time in 55 years, cash will not be accepted at the Super Bowl. The National Football League will make its championship game all digital with the backing of its corporate partner, Visa. Super Bowl LV in Tampa Bay will use only contactless payment methods at the game and the league's fan experience events. It sounds efficient. NFL Executive Vice President and Chief Revenue Officer Renee Anderson told CNBC on Wednesday when discussing the plans. We knew it was just a matter of time. We just accelerated that time. Although COVID-19 helped accelerate ditching paper currency, Anderson said the decision to go cashless was in the works before the pandemic. As part of their contract renewal in 2019, Visa was already converting the league's top events into cashless environments. The new arrangement runs through the NFL's 2025 season. A cash-free Super Bowl was the main goal of our new contract, said Mary Ann Riley, Visa's senior price officer of its North American market division. The plan was to get a cash-free Super Bowl within 5 years, and we're doing it in less than 2. Wow. Riley said attendees can still bring cash. Oh, you can still bring cash for one of our reverse ATMs. You put your cash in and you get your prepaid card out. You can still bring cash, convert it into prepaid gift cards of up to $500 a piece through 8 reverse ATMs throughout the stadium and the league Super Bowl experience, which will be held outdoors. Interesting, innit? Reverse ATMs. You're going to take your money and put it in and get the prepaid cards that you can then spend contactless inside the stadium or around the event. More spending, more data. You know that's what most of them are all about these days. Riley said Visa found fans at live events spend 25% more when they are using contactless payments. Switching to all digital payments also will allow the NFL to collect more efficient data on consumer behavior. More efficient data on consumer behavior. What the fuck, mate? Do you know, now, mate, I'm all for this kind of tracking and shit, as long as it goes both ways. I don't give a shit if they know everything I spend money on. I literally couldn't care less. As long as I can see everything Boris Johnson spends money on. It's that simple. It's that fucking simple. Unless I can see where every penny of UK tax money goes and who it actually came from, then they've got no right to look at my transactions on what I'm spending it on, right? Visa can't even tell them what you're spending it on, so bear with us. Switching to all digital payments will allow the NFL to collect more efficient data on consumer behavior through Visa's data. Though Visa's data doesn't show what consumers purchase, Visa clients can see when, where, and how much consumers spend, not what they're spending it on. Riley said the data analytics from transactions can help the stadiums and merchants in many ways. It would also improve revenue for that stadium. She said, think about how much time they spend just processing and managing cash. The stadiums will save money on that cash management. It also helps Visa, which earns fees from the transactions. The company reported a 17% decline in revenue in the recent quarter from the year earlier. As the pandemic halted international travel, Visa has helped many NFL stadiums convert to cashless options, including the home fields for the San Francisco 49ers, Baltimore Ravens, the New York Jets, and Giants. Tampa Bay's Raymond James Stadium is scheduled to host the game on February the 7th with a 20% capacity. Anderson said, the NFL is not planning on altering plans around COVID-19 vaccine news, but would explore increasing capacity if pandemic conditions improved. Anderson said the NFL's goal is to continue the evolution of this technology, adding the Super Bowl in 2022 when the game moves to Los Angeles would also be contactless. Going forward, the Super Bowl will be a cashless event, and we will take all our key learnings from Tampa and apply them to Los Angeles in 2022 and beyond. The future Super Bowl is cashless. It's as simple as that. Not just the next one, but all the ones after that. It's going cashless. What's extremely interesting is the prepaid aspect of these cards and stuff. It's interesting to me that, because I envision that's how they get the CBDCs out. Yeah, granted, people are going to be able to go to the banks and hand some cash in and get some CBDC sent to a wallet in exchange, or you might be able to go online and do it with the money already in your bank. But the fact of the matter is, some people are going to have some cash in their house, under the bed, wherever, in the floorboards. You're going to have some cash there, and you've got no banks left in your town. It's a ball ache. Excuse me. Got no cash left in your town. You've got hardly any ATMs. Last couple of ATMs, and you can't get to a bank. No fucking banks left. It's not that unthinkable for them last few ATMs to then be flipped and to not stop giving cash out and to actually start sucking it in. To start saying, listen, there is no more cash coming out of the Bank of England. There's no more cash coming out of your ATMs. Now we've updated them and upgraded them to actually take cash in. So you go up to it and you put your fucking bank card back in. What you know the bank that you took the cash out of because you didn't want it in there. You're gonna have to put it back in there, and then convert it into CBDCs and blah blah bish blah 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 blah. I highly advise people do half of that, but then instead of put a CBDC, put your cash back in the bank and get digital assets or gold. So just either buy some decent stock shares, commodity, even flaming products, and put them on Amazon and eBay, mate. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot better things to be doing than leaving money in the flaming bank or leaving cash under your bed. You don't want to be leaving cash under the bed long term, because you won't be going anywhere to you won't be swapping that for the new stuff anywhere at a certain point. I really don't think it. I mean, a cashless UK, we was nearly there, and we voted for Brexit instead. They gave us a vote like, what do you want? Do you want a vote to come out of the EU, or do you want a vote on a cashless society? And we was like, what vote to come out of the EU, mate? Get us the fuck out of that shit. Do you know what I mean? That's the be all and end all of that. Otherwise, cashless society would be coming round a hell of a lot faster. So Boris Johnson's just done the ban petrol cars by 2030. And I think the cashless is not going to be too far behind it. Hull's on track to become the first cashless city in the UK 10 hours ago. Britain among countries experiencing steep decline in cash use 3 days ago. Halifax is expected to be one of the first cashless locations in the UK 3 days ago. Homeless described the haunting silence of lockdown and the impact of whatever, COVID. Pandemic drives big rise in contactless transactions. Cash machines may become a thing of the past as Britain goes cashless 2 weeks ago. The rise of COVID cash hoarder. The rise of the COVID cash hoarder. That is a very interesting one. Very interesting one. What was this up here? I wanted to... Declining cash use. Britain, among the countries experiencing steep decline in cash use amid the pandemic. Half of people across Britain have used cash less often during the coronavirus pandemic, putting it among the countries with the steepest declines in a global study. 37% of people in Britain said they have seen no impact as they used cash little before, and this has not changed. Nearly 1 in 10 at 8% mostly used cash before and still do, while 1 in 50 surveyed now use cash more often than before. Research from YouGov covered 21 countries and found that among those covered, Thailand has seen the biggest decline in cash use. More than 57% of the population surveyed there has used coins and notes less often following the COVID-19 outbreak. This was followed by Malaysia at 53% used cash less often. Australia and Canada experienced similar declines to those in Britain, with 51 and 49% of the people in their countries respectively saying they now use cash less frequency. In France, 37% of people use cash less often, as the 35% in Germany, 32% in China, 29% in Denmark, 25% in the States. Sweden has the lowest proportion of people who have used less cash during the pandemic at 11%, but the report said Sweden is seen as being close to becoming a cashless society, with nearly 3/4, 74% of Swedes saying they mostly did not use cash before the pandemic and still do not. Various studies indicate the coronavirus pandemic has accelerated trends that were already affecting the popularity of cash, such as the growth in online shopping and contactless spending as an alternative way to pay. But YouGov's research also suggests that the majority of Britons would not welcome the idea of becoming a cashless society. Some 47% of people in Britain would view relying entirely on electronic payments negatively, with only 1/4 seeing it as a positive step. The study found a fifth, at 21%, in Britain feel neutral about the idea. These people would rather have a currency that has no value and creates more debt in the world than go cashless because they're scared of people seeing what they spend money on. If you're embarrassed or scared about people seeing your spending habits, then maybe you should change your fucking spending habits, mate. I ain't trying to tell people how to live the life, right? But if you're sat in your fucking house moaning about something that you don't actually really need to fucking do, stop fucking doing it. Jesus fucking Christ. We got to do a bit of real talk. Most people only use cash to buy drugs. Real fucking talk. Most people only use cash to buy drugs. I straight up admit I only use it to buy cannabis. Everything else is bought contactless. Legitimately. People in Spain were found to be the most resistant to the idea of a cashless society, with about half at 53% viewing it as negative, while just over a quarter at 27% believe it would be a good move. By contrast, in India, 4 in 5 people at 79% feel a cashless society would be positive, while 1 in 10 view it as negative. Countries such as Malaysia, 65%, and United Arab Emirates, 63%, and Indonesia also tend to use electronic payments as positive. You know, it's striking me as the places where there's not that much underground drug dealing and shit like that. Do you know what I mean? India. How many Indians are potheads? Do you know what I mean? How many Indians are fucking whiffheads and on pills and shit? Real talk. How many Indians are on pills at the weekend? How many Indians getting a leg of cocaine and all that shit? Get some fucking ketamine for Friday night. How many of them? Honestly, if any Indians watching, I'm legitimately curious to the fucking to the popularity of drugs, should we say. More than 25,000 people were surveyed in total, including more than 1,700 in Britain. Here are the percentages of people in each country who agree they have paid less often in cash since the coronavirus outbreak started. And in order: first, Thailand 57%, then Malaysia 53%. At joint third, we have Spain, Arab Emirates, Australia, and Vietnam at 50%. Spain, Arab Emirates at 52%. At fifth, we have Australia and Vietnam at 51%. Britain and Canada, 50 and 49%. Indonesia, 48%. India, 47%. Philippines, 45%. Singapore, 44%. Italy, 41%. Hong Kong, 38%. France, 37%. Germany, 35%. China, 32%. Denmark, 29%. Taiwan, 27%. United States, 25%. And Sweden, 11%. Cashless is coming, baby. And Hull looking like it's going to be the first city in the UK to become completely cashless. Hull is expected to be one of the first cashless cities in the UK, according to new data. A new report by UK merchant service provider Payment Sense reveals that 82% of all transactions are now made in the city via contactless cards. This places Hull 10th in the ranking for places embracing contactless. They're actually higher than Thailand were, weren't they? So Halifax at 84%. Ooh. And Brighton is in third place at 82%. Higher in the table than Hull because of its 12% year-on-year increase in contactless transactions, as opposed to an 8% increase in Hull. Following a 60% decrease in the use of cash machines in April 2020, Payment Sense analysed data over the past 6 months to find out which UK cities use cash the least. John Notted, a customer insight at Payment Sense, said coronavirus has undoubtedly forced change in our lives and shopping habits. As more businesses refuse cash as a precaution against COVID-19, it makes perfect sense that the use of contactless cards are on the up this year more than ever. Our findings confirm that major cities are transitioning to a cashless society at a rapid pace. Cashless societies are coming. Are you prepared? Are you ready? Have you invested in yourself and the internet of value? Have you invested in the digital economy, the digital revolution? If you haven't, please do. Even just the slightest little bit. If it's not for you, do it for your kids. Please put a bit of money in. Because when they're 18, you're going to be like, fuck, I'll put some fucking money in for them. We only got one shot, guys, and we miss out on too much shit. Don't miss out on this, right? I've got to get to work. But wishing health and happiness to you and yours. Invest in yourself, the internet of value, your hobbies. Turn your hobbies into revenue over time. Make yourself happy. Strive for happiness, not riches. As Bob Marley said, my riches is life. My riches is happiness, love, not the money. Yeah. We love crypto. We like the idea of a cashless society. We don't like the idea of one-way tracing. If they're tracking and tracing our spending, we should be tracking and tracing their spending. After all, we are their boss. They're not our boss. Remember that shit. Yeah. Live long and huddle till you're ready to let it all go, baby. Yeah. Enjoy Friday. Enjoy your weekend. I'll see you on the next one. We love you. We love crypto. We love the internet of value. Peace.